we're going to start from here, question 14 in this video. So this question is very simple. It asks you to write a function, okay, same thing, and write another function to remove all the occurrences of a element from the list. So you got to give it a number which it will remove. So what we do is we write the function name here like this, right? Function name, and we pass a list to it and a target, right? And that target will be found and removed from the list. All the occurrences. For example, if it comes 10 times, let's say 4, it will be removed. And the new list will not have that target. Okay, so that's the whole, what you call it, the sort of like, functionality of this. So let's do this then. Okay, so this one here, we're going to do what then? We're going to do def remove all occurrences, okay, of what? Occurrences of what? Occurrences of number this in this list of this target, right? And then we do what? We return, we say number, okay, for num in nums if num is not equal to target. So which means if, because what we're doing is we're running a for loop on this list, right? So we're saying if every element in this list is not equal to this, then put a new list and return that, which means get us something that is not there. So let's do this then, right? Here we go. We say we call this function, right? How do we call this function? We call this function like this. Right? I often make mistake with the spelling, so I'm going to not take a chance here. I'm going to copy it. Okay, and then I need to call user input in it so the user can enter values, and I want to do another thing. I want to print it, right? I want to print it. So let me tell you, this line, by the way, this line is same as this line here. That would be L is equal to user input. Take the user input, then call new list, right? N is equal to new list, and you pass your L here, and then you print your N, right? Both are exactly same. You could do this, okay, or you do it on a 3 line like this, right? First call this function, then whatever if this function will return you, right, this, and then you put it into N. You call this function, right, and pass this value into this one and do this. So this one or that one is same. So which one are you going to keep? Okay, this time we keep this one like this. Next time we keep the other one. Here we go. So we say this. Oh, one mistake I made. I did not pass the target, did I? Yeah, sorry, my bad. I need to pass the target. Sorry, I'm done. Okay, I need to pass the target. So I need a target as well. T is equal to integer. I need a target. Input, and here I need to say enter target value, right, which you want to find out. So and then obviously this T we need to pass on here, right? This one, if you look at this, 2 parameters. Here we're passing only 1 parameter, which is wrong. So I need to pass here comma T as well. Now you see this function is exactly this function, and we're passing this. Basically L will go here and T will go to target, right? And we're getting the T here from the user. So here we go. Let's run it then, huh? Okay, this enter target. Sorry, I put the enter the target first. So what are we finding here? Huh? What are we finding? We are removing actually the target 3, right? Not finding it. So it will remove the new list, give you without 3. See, it removes the 3. So you can also put the target at the end. First you get the list, and then you get the target. So you want to remove this from here. First you get the list, and then you ask the target, right? This is a better way to do that. So here I said 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. Oh no, 7, 6. So how many times I say 6? Couple of times, right? Now I'm done, and I say remove 6. So when I say 6, new list will not have 6 in it. Here we go. See the new list, it returned, it doesn't have a 6 in it. If you look at it, here we go. See this new list at the bottom. Alright, so this is how this is done. So let's go to the next question then. Question number 15. In question number 15, we're saying write a function to take value in a given list numbers by user and write another function to find the common element between two. So you're basically comparing two values and only returning those what are common, and that's very simple. All you have to do is write the function name, pass two lists, and then then you return, you say list, and you convert the list into sets. So it basically removes the repeating numbers, right? Because when you do this, it will remove the repeating numbers, and then when you do the AND, it will return you the common number. Like if there are like 3 common in both, the new list will have 3 common. So this is very simple. I'll copy this one from here, okay, and I have to write this, right, and I'll paste it here so that you can see the magic. Okay, here we go, here we go. I say return, and when I call it, I will call it like this. Now I have to get 2 lists, right? So that's why I may have to say L1 is equal to what? User input, like this, and then L2 is user input. So I'll get 2 lists, right, and I simply put those lists L1 and L2 in this function, and whatever it returns, I could say S is equal to new list, okay, N is equal to this, and I print N on the screen. I print N on the screen, and that will be new list which will have only element those are common in the first 2 lists. So let's run it. It will ask me first to enter the list, right? Here we go. So this is my first list, right? Okay, done. Now I'm going to enter my second list, and then these probably would be the common, and because everything else is going to be higher, so it won't have there, right? Now I say done, and it will only give me what is common, right? If you look at it, what is common in these 2 lists, right? 2 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, here as well. I got 4 here, and there's no 4, so that's why I didn't add 4. 5 is there in both, 6 is there in both, and 56 is there in both. You see, 56. So it gave me a list of common between the 2, and simply by how? By this is a code for it. You see, this is the code for it. It returns you the common list, right? You need to just learn how to do that. Now this is question number 16, right? No, 16 is about write a function that takes values in a given list and return what? A palindrome. Well, you know what is palindrome? It's basically a list. If you read it from left to right or right to left, it has the same number, same element. How? For example, you reverse the list and it's equal. Okay, for example here, I'll give you an example here. Look, if this is a list here, like this, okay, and there are 3 elements to it, let's say there are 3 elements to it, and you put here 1, 2, 1, and you reverse this, it's still 1 to 1, right? I mean, you reverse this, still 1 to 1. So then if you reverse it, the new list will be equal to this, because they're both same. That's called palindrome. You reverse it. If you reverse something and it's still the same, it's palindrome. It's what? Palindrome. So how? What is 111? Palindrome. Because you reverse the same. 121, 131. How about 1331? Yeah, that's again palindrome. So let's see this. And how do we find out? By this. Okay, how? I'll show you how. Okay, this is very simple. I'll put this there. Okay, this is how you write your function. Very simple. This is how you write your function. Hold on a minute. Yeah, here you go. Okay, and if you reverse the list, if it's still the same, it's palindrome, right? So return, this will return true. If you know this one here, this reverse the list. Dot -1 will reverse the list completely. So if the list is equal to its reverse, then it will return true, otherwise false. So if it's a palindrome, it will return true. So let's run it then. we say is palindrome, okay, and obviously you need to pass on a list, right? So we take a list first. We say L is equal to user input like this, right? And we pass on here L, okay, and we print it. We directly print it. It will print true or false, okay. So if this, now let me ask you actually. I run this. I say 1 2 3 4. Is that palindrome? If you reverse it, it's still same? No, it's gonna say false. See, false at the end, right? What about I run it again, and this time I enter a palindrome. I say 1 3 3 1. Now if you reverse it, it's still 1 3 3 1, right? So that is true. It'll give you true because it is palindrome. Here we go. What did I say to you? It give you what? True, because it is palindrome. Right, now let's move on. What is that next then? Write a function to take values in a given list nums by the user and write another function to flatten a list into a single list. That is a tough one, man. It's really tough one. Whew, that's gonna take my lot of energy to explain. Okay, I wasn't expecting this, but hey ho, you never know. Like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. And you got what? A tough question. So let me explain you this one then. Question number 17. Now, first you need to understand the question. I wasn't expecting this, seriously. Today, on Tuesday, this question, I never know. Okay, I'm going to explain you this. Write a function to take values in a given list number. That's everybody knows, right? How to do that. But then write another function to flatten the list of list. What is list of list? List of list is when you have a list within a list. Yeah, that's a list of list. This is a list, and you have another list in every element. Are you with me? Like here, like this. You have 1 2 3, another list within this list. 4 5 6, like this, right? I mean, every element itself is a list. That's why it's called list. What is called? List of list, because every element has another list in it. Got it? Now let me actually do first. I have to obviously first, before I do anything, I need to ask user. So what is the question? Flatten the list. We'll do the flatten in a minute, but first we need to find list of list, right? So we ask the user to enter a list. How do we do that? List of list. So okay, I do like this. I say I have to do a for loop to take a list of list. For I in range, and I'm gonna say 0, 4, which means I just want to take 4 elements, and every time I want to create an empty list here. I want to call it empty list. I want to call it L, and then I'm going to do is this is an empty list, right? And what I'm going to do within that list, I'm going to put another list. How? User input. See, when this user input, right? What does it do? It takes a list, right? So I'm putting this under for loop. So I'm going to take 4 lists from user 0 1 2 3 and put into this list, empty list. So when I print this empty list, what will it print? What will it print? List of list. I mean, one list which, how many elements this list will have? 4. 0 1 2 3. Yeah, these are the elements. And in each element there will be a full list, and you will see it, right? Let's do it then. Let me do this one first, and then we'll go to the next part. Now you understand why I was so tired when I look at this question. I sounded tired, didn't I? Obviously you can't see me. I do look tired, terrible actually. But good news is there's no camera on, so I can keep some appearances there. But my voice is really. I mean, I don't have to tell you a story of my life here, because you're probably too stressed preparing for your exam right now. So I'm going to skip the jokes, Otherwise you may just get really frustrated. So let's focus on this one. Now 2, 3, 4. Done. That's the first list. Then I say this, another list. Done. Another list. Done. Then this, another list. Done. See? List of list. Now you got it, right? Look, hold on a minute. Let me. Some people are just, trying to jump up to see the magic. So here, this is the first list. Remember that first list I enter here? Goes into the element what? 0. This is the second list. That goes into element of what? 1. List of list. This is the third list. This is the fourth list. So let's say if I print L sub 0, it will print this whole list. Right? I say L. Yeah, that's the name of this list, isn't it? L sub 0. That will be printing this list. Okay? But if I say L sub 0 sub 1, what does this mean? It's a 2 dimension, right? That means 0 subscript, which is this one. This is L, right? This is L, by the way. 0 subscript, which is this one, right? This one. And then first subscript, which means this is 0, this is first. So it means 3, right? This means 3. If I print L 0 sub 1, it will print 3. Got that? Yeah? It's a list of lists, my friend. Okay? Now we got the list of lists. What do we do next with this one then? What was the question, by the way? I almost forgot the question now. I have to go back and check the question. I got list of lists now. For example, you know what I told you about this, right? If I print here 2 sub 1. Let's see 2 sub 1. What? This is too long list. I just want to do 3 elements, okay? Not too many, okay? Now, I say this, done. This, done. This is the third one, right? Yeah? I just said done, it will print this, right? It will print this. So tell me which one it will print. This is 0. 1, 2. This is 2. So this means 2 is this one, right? This one. And then 1 is what then? 3. So it will print 3. So if I say done, it will print 3. Here we go. So I tell you what, the person who is listening to me right now and he understood what I said, I tell you what, I got good news for you. You can get A plus in the exam if you can understand what I'm talking about. I mean, you have that understanding. If you push yourself hard, you can get A plus, unless you messed up with your attendance and the other marks you already had. But still, not A plus, maybe A, right? Because that's a complex concept you understood, my friend, just right now. Let's move on. Okay, keep it short, right? That's what I told you. So I gotta keep it short, the video. So that means I have to talk less and do more. So let's do more. What we do next then? Oh, what were we supposed to do? We were supposed to flatten the list. You know what a flatten the list mean? Break the list of lists and put into a single list. Single list, not list of list, right? So let's flatten the list, and that's what you have to do. This is a function to flatten the list, and let me explain you. Okay? This flatten the list thingy. So what you do, you got list of list, right? And then you write this function here. I'm going to write this function here like this. And let me explain you this new function that I copy pasted because we don't have time to type it because we are raced against the time. Need to finish this off. Okay. Flatten the list function. You pass on list of list, right? And item for sublist in list for item in sublist. So basically it's a nested loop within this. A nested loop is going to go through every single element of list, okay, and do what? Give you a new single list. Okay, this thing what I put here, you can type it another way for understanding. So let's break down into another way so that you understand it, right? So we say we copy this from here like this. You could do it this way, it will work just fine. Okay, or you could do it, well actually first you need to understand what it's doing. So let's do it this way first. Okay, And when we call it, what I do, I say flatten the list. This one, I call it, yeah, I got my list, okay, and then I pass on what? Yeah, I got my list of list, and I pass on L to it. That's a list of list. Yeah, see here, this function I'm calling here, I'm passing L to it. Why? Because this is what I'm supposed to pass. List of list, I'm pass here, list, okay, and they come here and return you single list with all the element of that list merged into it. And when I do that, I want to print it, right? I want to print it and see it on the screen. And before I do that, I want to also see on the screen my original list. Yeah? So it will print my original list. See here? It will print my original list. This one, I bet you are tired too right now. And this one. Huh? Original list and my flattened list, which means my original list and the new list in a single list. Okay? Let's see that. Okay. Here we go. So let's start making my list then. Done. Done. And that's 2 is enough, right? Done. This is my original list. See, my original list is printed. Here we go. Right? Did I tell you, right? This is the original list and that's my flattened list. So what is the difference between the two? My original list is put into a single list like this. That's flattened list, right? And how did that happen is very simple. And yeah, thank God it's back. Okay, so I didn't have to stop my video there. Huh? That's good news, right? Ooh, what's going on? Huh? What's happening? Here we go. Okay, I need to do this, right? I need to do this. Bring it down and explain you. So this is what flattening the list. Item is actually your list. Okay, the actual list you created. For sub in the list outer loop and for item in the list inner loop. Okay, and that's going to give you your new list item. It's an inner loop, right? Inner loop is just like that, right? This means this loop is like that, right? This loop is like that, just for understanding, right? It's like that, this, okay? This is the same thing, this and this, right? And you can say a dot append, okay, item. It's the same thing, okay? This thing, obviously I have to do a empty list, right? And I append this line. Will give you the same result as this single line. Just to understand, this thing is the same as this thing. So these 3 lines can be written in a single line like this. Got it? Yeah? Either you do this or you do that. So same result. So let's see, we do this. So the top one, right? And what we return at the end? A. You could do this or you can just return A here. So it's the same thing. Okay? For sublist, item in sublist, and then you append the item. Yeah? Here we go. Let's see if it's the same or not. Done. 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 Here we go. Same. Got that? Yes? Now you understand that long line? Because I broke down your line into 2 loops. Outer loop, inner loop, and what we're doing is on this list we are running outer loop and then we're running inner loop so that we go to every subscript of, every subscript of the thing. So this is nested loop to read 2-dimension array. Yeah, list of lists, because list is like this, isn't it? Like this, right? Like this. So outer loop will navigate you through this 0, 1 and 2. Then inner loop will, within that there are lists, right? So it'll go through every list 0, 1, whatever the length is. sublist. Every item in the sublist. Every item in the sublist will be inner loop. Yeah, this inner loop. And when it goes to every item in the sublist, it added to new list, append. And that's why you get a single list here. This is a complex concept, you know. Therefore, I was a little hesitant when I started explaining this, but I'm glad we both came successful through the end of this concept, which is quite complex. So I hope you're still feeling happy and smiling, right? Okay, good. Let's move on to the next one then. 18. Oh my goodness. That's another bad news, right? One complex concept after another. I wasn't expecting that, but it's okay. It's okay. You know why? Because this is going to be amazing. Write a function to take a given list and write another function to calculate the product of all elements in that list. Now here we're going to use a built-in function, and I'll explain you what it is. So first, this is a function called reduce. In that we pass two parameter operator list and another parameter which is initial value. Okay, so what that will do, once you make that function work, you'll very easily understand it. So it's not that complex. Okay, it's amazing actually. It's amazing how built-in function can do so much work for you, right? So let me do this for you, right? Here we go. We're gonna copy. Let's copy this, right? We're tired. Sometimes you're tired, you can copy. So we copy these operators because these two are your libraries. So this is going to go on top, right? Here. Because you need to import these libraries because this is a built-in function we're going to call. Which built-in function? Reduce. That's the function we're going to call. Okay. And where is that? That's here we're going to call this function. Okay. We're going to write our own function here. Forget about flatten. Okay. Forget about double dimension now. Let's do a new function here. Okay. And that is this function, product of element, right? And we're calling a reduce function, and we saying multi operator. This means multiplication. Do the multiplication of all numbers in this array, and if it is no value there, start with 1. Okay. So when we take this list, okay, it will multiply all its numbers. This is what it's doing. That's it. Not a complex concept. So let me show you by doing it. So first I say L is equal to user input. So I need to obviously take my list, right? And all I have to do is I have to call this function of elements, right? And pass on this list to it. Okay. When I do that, it will give me a result. I could say R is equal to this, and I can print R, and it will print that result, whatever the result is, right? And here we go. Okay, this is all we have to do, right? Now let me show you what happens here. Look, here I type in 3, 4, 5. How many? What I say? 3, 4, and 5. What it'll do is it'll multiply all and give you the result. So 3 times 4 times 5. What is that? 12. 12 times 5. 72, right? So result would be 72. Done. 72. Oh, 60. Sorry. 3 times 4 times 5 is 60. My bad. My math is really bad. You know, I didn't go to private school. You know. Oh, sorry. I didn't need to get that through that one in the video, recorded video. Sorry about that. Here we go. This one 60. Yeah. Why? Because here I say multiplication. I pass on this. So what happens is you took this array. List here, this list, you pass that list to this function here. It came here, and it's a operator multiplication on this list. It means every element of this list multiply with each other. So it start with 1. If it's a first element is 0, it will give you 1 as the answer. Okay. You don't have to actually put this one. If I put 0 here, let's see what you get. Okay. Here we go. 0, because it can multiply 0. This is the first element. It starts with 0 times 3 times 4 times 5. So that's why you need to put here. So don't get 0. Now you'll get, now just that's it. What's that then? 12. See, 1 times 3 times 4, 12. What if I say instead of multi, I say add? Huh? Add, it will add all the elements of this list. Right? Here you go. 3, 4, 5. Now what would be the result? 3, 4, 5, 12. No, 3, 4, 7 plus 5, 12. Yeah, that's true actually. 12. Okay? 12. Now it will be 12, not 12. It will be 13. You know why? Because I put 1 here. So it's going to start with 1. 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 13. It will give you 13. That's why you may have to change their 0. Oh, no. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Done. And that would be what? 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, 13. 13. You see? 13. It shouldn't give you 13. It should give you 12, right? That's why you need to change here 0. Because it basically includes that in there. You know. So that's why I say 0. Now 3, 4, 5. It will give you the right answer. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4 is what? 5 plus 4, 9. Yeah, that's right. 9. It gives you 9. Yeah. But if I multiply it, it will multiply this with 0. Everything with 0. And that's why I need to change it to 1 when I multiply it. 3, 4, 5. And done. It will be 0. See? 0. That's why I need to change this to 1 when I multiply it. And add it, I do change it to 0. Yeah? Now I'll give you the right answer here. Right? See? This, and done. See? 60. Give you the right answer. Got that? Alright. This is time to move on then. 18 and 19. Question number 19 is about, this is the last question, and then we take a break, and then I'll do a final video to conclude question 20, 21 up to 27. 7 more questions, I'll do a final video, but this is my last video. Okay, what is that? Remove the first and last element. First to last. Okay, so you basically write a function to remove the first and last element. Yeah, this is easy. All you have to do is this, right? And here, you put it here like this, okay? Like this, and it will remove first and last element. So we took the thing. Obviously, we need to call this function, okay? Here. By the way, I could do the whole thing in one line like this. Print, remove first and last, print. And within that I call input, yeah, user input, like this. Yeah? By the way, we don't need these anymore because these were for the last thing. So this will remove the first and last element because I said so. I said nums first and last. From first, remove what? First and last, and it give you the rest. Here you go. So I say this. What is the first and last? 3 and 6. Here you go. Only left with what then? 4 and 5. First and last is removed. Yeah. I run it again. Yeah. I run it again. I say this. Now what is first and last? 63 and 3 will be removed. Here you go. See. And if I say here second and second last. How about that? Second and second last. What is second? 3. What is second last? So 3 and 4 will be removed. Remove them all, yeah. So from second to second last. So if there is more to that, what would happen then? What? Here we go, in between, yes. Between second and second last. Yeah? It gives you the print between second and second last. So second is what? This 4. And second last is what? This 7. Yeah, this one. That's what it gives you, right? Between second and second last. Right? That's good. Alright, with this one, I'm gonna finish this video and we're left with 7 more questions. That's the good news, right? This is question 19.